Hell no. It was a close game.
Yeah. Okay, so the second map is going to be Aztec. And, okay, so are you ready to go?
I am.
Okay, so let's go.
Alright, PvP on Aztec. We got Dewalt as the teal Protoss to the left, looking to close us out with a 2-0. And Bonyth at the top, looking to even up the score to a 1-1.
Alright, so let's put the score so that everybody can check it if they're joining us a little bit late. Alright, so
now, I would say that these positions favor Dewalt slightly, because he has easy access to the main base of Bonyth via drops.
yeah, that's kind of the first thing that I also looked at. But at the same time, like if you're gonna try to fly, because that's the direct path, right? And the direct path is usually when you actually where most likely you'd expect a player to drop. I have noticed that when I was watching a few games of Lancer X in PvP, what he would usually do is in the normal path where you would go with the Reaver drop, he would have a probe. Instead of a pylon, he would leave a probe. And as some things were happening, as for example the shuttle was running by or something, he would just move the probe to save it, maybe go back to the same location again. And I have to say that in a few PvPs I've seen him do that, and I like that quite a lot, especially in basically when people are going for this volatile style, what you mentioned about going with the Reavers for a longer time.
It is very good to spread units out, probes, dragoons, whatever you can spare, because it is such a drop-oriented matchup. The shuttle is such a key unit in this matchup. So if you can shut on your opponent's shuttle usage while using your own shuttle, well, you will probably win.
Yeah, okay, so okay, this map, reversed ramp. Can you actually abuse that with something like a double gateway and early?
You can actually go 2-gate forge and cannon contain your opponent. If your opponent doesn't know how to deal with that, if your opponent goes 1 gate himself, only 1 zealot, you can do it. I actually humiliatingly lost to draw on Jade of all maps when he did that. I had never seen that before. He wiped my ass. I mean, not even wiped my ass. He wiped me on the floor, or whatever you say in English. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, because I was looking at this, and what can add like a little bit insult to injury is that the gas is actually, especially for the Dewalt's position, the gas is actually relatively close to the ramp. So if you can even just snuck another cannon a little bit lower, I mean, you can deny the gas, and that's basically GG. There's no way that your opponent can win then.
Well, I don't know how practical it is to get a cannon in your opponent's base, because he's probably gonna, you know,
sniped.
Shoot it before he gets the health up. You snipe it. But you can contain your opponent on the ramp.
Yeah,
that you can do and win the game off of that. So, anyway, we got the Dewalt, luckily, getting his scout into your opponent's base before the Zealot was there to block, whereas Bonyth did not get that, so Bonyth does not know, you know, what's going on.
Yeah.
And it looks like the Dewalt is going to use that opportunity to do a classic trade-on the Dewalt move, which is to go fast DTs in PvP. And when you're up 1 game, why not risk it, you know?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Works.
And I have to say that one of the things that I really, really like about DTs is that they actually can stop DTs. If you have on the ramp, you can basically stop your opponent's DTs.
Oh, so, right, yeah. The DT blocking the DT, and then you got a funny, like, stalemate where neither player can kill the other.
Yeah, and the other thing that I actually like, and this is something that I've actually used more a little bit on 2v2 than in 1v1, is if you go DTs and they are attacking you, you can block their ramp so that they can't withdraw with their army. So basically you can kill their army.
Oh, yeah.
Right. There's a lot of weird things that you can do.
Yeah. So we got DTs versus 2-gate. When you haven't scouted your opponents, I really recommend going Robo after 1 gate. Simply because that build is like good against everything, and it's also safe against DTs, you know?
Yeah.
But he's going 2-gate, so I hope we're going to see a Robo soon, because if not, it'll be lights out for him.
I hope he at least moves out with this army, because if you're going this kind of style and you're not scouting the army composition of your opponent, then you're really playing flip coin. You're not...
Yeah, you have to, just in case he's going DT, just in case he only has 1 gateway. That's why you poke. It's like an option select.
Yeah.
You know, if he's got the goons, you pull back. If not, you press on.
Exactly. I mean...
But I think... sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I think one of the reasons he went for 2 gateways instead of 1 gate Robo is that on this map, versus 3 gate, you can get contained easily. So he felt like he needed that 2nd gateway fast. But he isn't being aggressive. He's being aggressive now. Probably too late though. The first DT is close to being done, and the robotics isn't even halfway done, so
yeah,
this could be dangerous.
I mean, especially because I think the observatory builds extremely fast, but if you get to snipe the robotics, then that's it. So, ooh.
The first DT is coming out now. Hopefully, Bonyth pays attention to this probe, because then he'll see the invisible shimmer, you know, if he was looking. But I don't think he was looking. I think he was focusing on his army right here.
Yeah,
but he
I
should
don't
see
think so.
this now.
Yeah, he should see that.
Yeah, he saw it.
The only problem, though, is that if you think that that's the only one, and you think that you're actually buying time now by being aggressive, you're going to lose the game because of that.
But you should never assume that against this build, because you know the opponent wants to send the DT to your base, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the classic thing to do.
The first unit will
So
always go there.
Cannons. And with the DT... Oh, nice! Ooh. We got the maneuver here. The Dragon's blocking the ramp, and Dewalt wasn't paying attention, so his DT was just moving around for a while.
Yeah, that was a good move.
So he lost good time with that.
And but the observer is only now starting. It will come out. However, the army of Bonyth is going to dissipate before anything else happens. So if now Dewalt pushes with everything, there might never be enough units
probes
for
dying.
Bonyth.
4 probes. 5. This might be it. This might be irreparable damage. And he's getting a cannon and an observer. You don't do that, man. You gotta expand after this. You can't afford to just get a cannon like that. Also, 10 kill DP.
Yeah.
By the way. 11. Man. Dewalt's gotta be feeling good now. You know, he's got an expansion on the way. He's got Psionic Storm ready to start at any time.
Oh, he's
getting those Templars.
He already researched Storm?
Yeah, you want to rush Storm because
okay. Start it now because I thought you first get the High Templars, then you go for the research.
Yeah, right. Of course. But yeah, he's gonna have the Templars for the Reavers, and he's got the expansion at first.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for Bonyth at all. Not just only the army supply and things like these. Just looking at the tech, and at the same time the fact that he invested into that cannon, he can't expand himself.
Yeah. That would have been okay if he had gotten the observer a little bit earlier, like, you know, 1 gate. Yeah. I really think that even despite the ramp, 1 gate robo and then a second gate is better. Because if he had done that, he wouldn't have lost any probes to the DP, so he could have just expanded himself and then used, you know, the Reaver to poke at the front, snipe some High Templars, you know, maybe to go for a drop. Would have been fine, he wouldn't have been behind at all. Would have been an even 5-5 situation. But had it been, you know, the free gate contained at the ramp, that's okay, because you can just sit, you know, at the bottom and then sneak out with your Reaver at the side and break out that way. You really can fight the free gate contain from the low ground with Reavers. You can. It's not a problem.
I mean, right now Reavers are what Bonyth is going for, and I really can't blame him considering he probably knows this with how dire the situation is. So unless he does an extremely risky move and it kind of pays off somehow.
Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna manage to drop the main and get a huge scare buff. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
So what he can do is poke at the front and try to take out as much as he can, you know, waste as many storms as he can. Which is fine if you have an expansion behind it, but he doesn't.
Yeah, and 5 Dragoons is actually a very small number. Even if you... I mean, you can't really do critical damage with that with just... Well, actually, now it's going to be 7, but even with 7...
He's actually behind on Psy here, so...
Yeah.
We got, what, 3 storms? Almost 4 storms. 3 storms, soon to be 4 already.
Yeah, I think you should storm just the shuttle.
There we go, first storm down. Oh, he goes back into the storm.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Oh.
And that's
okay, now you can't stay there now. I mean, the Reaver might get 1 storm and survive it, but you can't. You have
save
to
with the shuttle though.
Yeah, the shuttle has to get the hell out of there.
There we go, 1 more storm. So he has effectively diffused 3 storms here and taken out a bunch. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right.
Okay. Now make an Archon.
Gonna try to bust the front here because he's out of storms.
There's one actually finished right now, so he has another storm right now.
Oh, there we go. Ah, yeah, that should be enough.
Yep.
That storm did a lot of damage. 2 more Dragoons here, joining the fray for this desperate attack.
And there's actually about to finish another storm, so yeah.
Oh god, yeah, that's gonna still be here, I think.
I have to say though, this worked a lot better than I expected though.
Well, you know, he had a couple of good storm dodges. Well, actually, they could have been better, but they
it
were
was
barely
okay.
good enough.
Yeah.
This would have been totally acceptable if he had an expansion behind it.
Yeah.
This would have been good in that case.
Actually, if he had an expansion behind this, and now, considering all that he's skilled...
Yeah.
I mean...
Would have been nice. Would have been nice.
Yeah, a lot of gas units went down for the wall.
Yeah, but that's an all-in.
Yeah. Oh.
We got, like, 2 gateways versus 3 gateways, soon to be 6. You know, like, come on.
Yeah, okay, it was not bad, though, anyway. I mean, considering the situation that he was in, that Bonyth was actually in after that DT, it's as close as I think it could have gone.
Yeah, I'd say so. Well, no, I mean, he could have microed better.
Yeah, of course. That's true. I mean, especially the storm.
Yeah, like, when you're up against the storm, you can't just react, you have to predict. You have to predict when the storm is going to come, and then move out of the way preemptively. If you do that, you can get, like, complete whiffs. Not take any damage from the storm.
Yeah.
Do that.
It's kind of
so
like...
reacting...
How was that? The same thing that I think was about when you're trying to dodge storms with Hydras, which is you look at your own army and you say, where would I storm if I was the Protoss?
Right.
And you move that army away.
And you try to move to bait into storm and then move out preemptively and stuff like that.
Funny enough, this is actually still going on. I mean...
Yeah, it is. But you know what? We got 6 gateways. 7 gateways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But now he can contain the ramp. Wait, if he actually kills this army and contains the ramp, it will
it actually... Reaver! The slow Reaver's coming in!
What? Oh!
Can he do it? Can he do it?
Oh, 6... Oh, there's actually an Archon at the bottom.
Oh, no. He can't do it.
No. But that didn't look... That looked pretty good for a second there.
Yeah, but then the gateways spawn a bunch of units.
You know, I was intentionally not showing the main from Dewalt. I'm going to show it now, just so people can see the disparity. Yeah, but the disparity, especially of gateways, because for a second there it was actually looking like it's possible. But yeah, when you see 2 gateways, and then you see this,
right? Yeah, it's just no. So he's gonna go for one final attack here with the goons, but he's outnumbered now.
Yeah, this is the one that's gonna probably tell him that this is over.
Yeah, right. I believe so.
The slow Reaver, did it crawl from the main, actually?
I'm ashamed to admit that I don't know. I was looking at it.
I don't know because I was looking at the battle all the time, and then you suddenly mentioned that there is a Reaver, and I thought that I think you got something wrong. How can it be a Reaver? And I look, and yeah, there is a Reaver. So that was.
Well, it did have red health, so I think it was the old Reaver. That was here from the beginning.
Well,
I don't think it called this. Anyway, that should be it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that by now. Yeah, Bonyth actually now has a probe at natural. Thinking about expanding. Oh.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. So anyway, this game's pretty much over, so let's think about what we could have learned, or what we can learn from this game, what Bonyth could have done differently. I would argue that he lost because he went for the second gateway before the Robo. That's why he lost.
I would argue that the reason why he lost is because when he actually went for 2-gate, I mean, he already made that choice, right? So he wasn't active with that army on the map.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, if he had attacked with the goons really early, then, you know, maybe it would have worked, because it would have seen like, the lack of units, which means DT. Like, you know it means DT. So, you know, maybe the 2-gate could have worked. You're right about that.
It would still be difficult, of course, because you'd have to actually be on point with making your Robo and your Observer very fast. You can't delay it. So, as soon as you're attacking, you have to be on point with that. But still, I mean, that's one of the things that I really always wonder about PvP is, if I'm going to make units, I want to be out on the map. Even if I'm not going to be actually attacking, but I want to see what you're doing.
Yeah, it's in case the opponent went 1-gate, if you went 2-gate, you know.
Yeah.
Basically, and if you go 3-gate, you want to be out there in case you went 2-gate.
You can actually get really easy wins sometimes because your opponent goes something crazy, and they don't have anything to stop you.
That's right.
Okay, so let me get the
basically the only point of going more than 1 gate early on. It's that, you know, and you gotta check for it. You gotta be out there looking for it.
All right, so I'm gonna get the next game.
Otherwise, you're just spending money on something you're not using.
All right, so